Are you a healer, witch, creative, or magical entrepreneur who's ready to fill your high-ticket one-on-one or group coaching program, and you want a sales page that will do the selling for you? Maybe you're tired of having a calendar full of sales calls and you want a sales page that can clearly articulate your offer and guide interested clients to feel ready to buy without needing to talk to you first. Maybe you already have a sales page and people are clicking on it but not reaching out, and you want to feel clear on what to say and what not to say to turn interested people into actual buyers. Having sales pages for my offers has led to filling a high-ticket group coaching program with 10 clients at $1,000 each while traveling on vacation for 2 weeks and launching using repurposed content. Having 5-figure months from sales into my $5,000 evergreen mastermind with no live launching beyond daily social media content. Signing clients into my $17,000 private mentorship program with no sales calls. When you book my Cosmic Sales Intensive, you'll walk away with a full, clear, compelling sales page for your high-ticket offer that will attract ready-to-buy clients and that you can continue to make sales with for years to come. Clients who have been through this offer have created a sales page that went on to sell out a high-ticket relationship coaching mastermind, had 20 applications within 48 hours of publishing, sold several $15,000 private mentorship packages, and even had a 6-figure launch with the sales page and content strategy we created within just a few weeks. Stop losing people with fluffy language that sounds the same as so many others in your industry, and clearly articulate why your work is worth $5,000 to $10,000 plus, even when you sell things like astrology, human design, breathwork, mindset coaching, or energy work. Book your Cosmic Sales Intensive now at withsarahmac.com or via the link in my description. This is Sarah Mac, and welcome to Creative Magic Club. Together, we'll discover inspirational stories of creative entrepreneurs living out their dreams, doing the work they are most passionate about, and building wealth in magical and fun ways. While building a 6-figure income as a writer and coach, helping other women to launch their dream businesses, I've connected with so many incredible people and seen it proven again and again that you can thrive financially doing whatever it is you are passionate about. I'm here to share life-changing strategies for mindset, making money, and reaching more people with your work in a business and life filled with creativity, freedom, and fun. Hi, Sarah Mac here, and I'm so freaking excited to bring part 1 of my 4 3-part training series, the Easy High Ticket Sales Ecosystem. So this is part number 1. This training series is for coaches and creatives to help you position your offers so incredible clients say yes to the soul work you are destined to sell. And it's been a while since I've created something like this, and I cannot wait for you to digest this, to implement this, and to feel those shifts and ripple effects and momentum in attracting incredible clients with ease. And this is truly my passion in my brand, in my business, is to help you raise your prices, charge more for the incredible life-changing work that you do, attract incredible, deeply compatible clients who are actually going to get the best results when they work with you, so that you can not only increase your income, but also your impact, and be having fun finding those clients and making sales so you can love your business and have a life outside of it. And I never thought when I was a little girl that I was going to be helping people with high ticket sales and business. But my intuition really guided me here, and the strategies and the tools that I now teach and share have changed my life. For those of you who don't know, quick recap on my story. I became an entrepreneur in the middle of a giant burnout / Saturn return / complete freaking emotional meltdown. I had the desire to be able to center my health in my career, to be able to center my creativity, to be able to heal, to have freedom, and to build a career where I would have space to have a family. And as I'm recording this, I'm pregnant with my first baby at 40 years old. So this was always the seed that I planted in the beginning of my entrepreneurial journey. and that the desire to really serve my community and for my work to be impacting the people that I cared most about, and to feel like my work was leaving a positive legacy and building a world that I wanted to see, doing the work that I love most. So my desire as a creative person has always been for my work and my brand and my mission to feel like creative freedom and fulfillment, and not a skeezy sales machine. And I've built that, and I've been doing it. And I've been selling high ticket in a business I love since 2018. So that's close to 10 years now. And what I'm going to share with you are tried and true principles that work. So if you're excited to unlock easier sales into higher ticket offers in a way that's sustainable and a way that you love every step of the process, this is the place for you. I've helped so many creative entrepreneurs launch their first high ticket offers or significantly raise their prices up to $15,000 and beyond, and to fill their high ticket one-on-ones and group offers through authentic storytelling, having 5-figure launches while living full and fulfilling lives, writing books, raising families, traveling and adventuring, resting, having great health in the process, and making a huge impact on the lives of the clients that they care most about and that they love to work with the most. So let's dive into part 1, where we're going to talk about the aligned offer archetype. And we're going to use your astrology chart and see what it reveals about the container that you are here to lead, and really highlight why misalignment causes buyer resistance, burnout, lack of sales, or just things not flowing in your business and it feeling hard to fill your high ticket offer. So often we think it's a price point related thing, or it's an audience related thing, or I'm just not in front of the right people, but it's actually not. It's really about that clarity and that alignment. And when you feel that, and that's truly in congruence, which our astrology chart can help us to get to really, really quickly, no matter how experienced or new you are in the offers and the modalities that you are choosing to serve your clients and communities through, this is going to provide the unlock. So first, I want to share some of the challenges that I have been through and that I see are really, really common with us multi-passionate creatives in being able to successfully launch and fill a high ticket offer. So one of them is that we're so freaking good at so many things, right? Being a creative, we come up against that continual feeling of not wanting to put myself in a box and having so many talents and skills and strengths, and always feeling pulled between what to focus on in my content and in my offers and in my pitches. And believe me, as a Gemini midheaven, I have felt that conflict throughout my entrepreneurial career. And I really had to learn to build an easy to recognize and refer brand. And I learned how to package my abilities into a clear brand and what to lead with, and a clear offer, most importantly, and how to frame my work in a high ticket offer that has really unlocked easy sales of clients paying me 3K, 5K, 15K and above for one offer. Another challenge that I faced as a creative entrepreneur is being in that cycle of just constantly launching new offers and having that creative urge to break and rebuild everything. Don't know if you relate. And obviously, one of my main desires in my business was for business to be very sustainable through all seasons, but also without getting bored of repetition. And I was launching offers literally every new month when I started my business. And I have had to learn to curb that desire to constantly build new things, or thinking that the solution or the ease or the next level of sales is going to come from something new or something better or something different, and really understand the key levers to pull when I want to make more sales and how to make it as easy and as sustainable as possible. And thank God I learned those lessons before becoming a mom, because obviously creating sustainability without sacrificing creative fulfillment, this has been a core central focus of my entrepreneurial life, particularly navigating a lot of health challenges. Like, I had 5 years of chronic fatigue when I started my business. You know, I've always had desire to work on creative projects alongside my business, like publishing my book, I've been running my podcast for almost 5 years. I'm now writing a screenplay. I built skills around music and been writing songs and been performing and just doing all the things that I felt like I never really had time to do in my previous career in film production because it just took over my life and my energy. And then in the last couple of years going through IVF, I had a miscarriage, then getting pregnant. So building a business with space for life, with space for family, and to really have space for it, to really be able to show up for my health, to really be able to just feel like I'm thriving and not like my business and my life are constantly at odds with each other, but that they really genuinely support each other and they make me so happy in that balance. And that's really been my experience. And that is honestly down to the skills and abilities that I've built around selling high ticket and knowing that I can reach pretty high income with very few clients. And most importantly, with the right clients. Like, my belief is that our clients are some of our most important relationships in our life, especially when you're doing high touch work, because we talk to them every day. So, I've been so blessed. I think this has been really a gift that I've had since the beginning of my business. I've worked with so many incredible clients and so many wonderful relationships have come out of that. I've been the bridesmaid at clients' weddings. We've traveled together, we've shared life experiences together. And I always used to be that girl that pieced out at the end of the workday and never wanted to go to the social events in my previous career. And that has just flipped on its head with my business. And I just feel so much privilege to be connected to the women and the humans that I am speaking to every day in my online community and inside my containers. So the solutions that I had to learn were very specific offer positioning. As a multi-passionate creative, obviously we do actually get to be all of you in your brand. But for easy high ticket sales, you have to lead with the problem you solve in each offer in a very clear and powerful way. So it's so important to learn to choose the highest value problem and solution that your high ticket offer provides for clients. And it's that tweaking process that leads to the unlock in easy sales, with clients popping up in your DMs ready to pay you 5 and 10K without all the convincing, without a giant sales process or going through a big funnel. And that's really the work that I'm focused on helping clients with, to just keep it simple, get the positioning right, get the brand storytelling right. So when you're leaving with the right things, how to position and sell your work. It's attracting the right people and the right people who are ready to invest. So this is all about choosing the right problem to solve and to really hone in on only solving the highest value problem, really focusing on the most valuable result that you have embodied, and to teach that. This is the most important positioning shift that unlocks easy high ticket sales from compatible clients who are actually going to get the most from your work, so you can create the biggest impact. And my belief is that this is what we're meant to do, right? I always see us as little worker bees inside the ecosystem. Just like the bees have the urge to go and sniff the flowers and get the pollen and fly to more flowers. And that plays such an important role in our overall ecosystem. The work that we desire to do the most with the clients that we desire to work with the most, that's going to have the biggest impact on our ecosystem when we can really focus on our best work, that juicy, thick layer of fat on the top of the cream, not the watery stuff underneath that's kind of nice, but the high density nutrient work. This is what we want to position your offer around, so that when you are engaging in client relationships, you're having the biggest impact. And obviously it makes sense that that would lead to the most income, the most momentum, the most referrals, the biggest changes in your clients' lives. This is what high ticket positioning is all about. And this is about you making sure that the time and the energy that you do invest in your business, the time that you take away from your family, from your health, from your personal life, from your creative projects to be working and serving others, is a time and energy well spent. And it's using the best of you. And it's, obviously doing it in a way that fulfills you and that energizes you, so you can have longevity in the impact that you're making. And that momentum can be created. So a big part of this is to stop trying to help everyone. And it's hard, you know? It's hard for a lot of people. And sometimes it's the difference between clients you absolutely love and adore, but they're not quite your most aligned client. And so you have to be willing to leave people behind and to evolve, to really focus on the right clients, to make the impact and income that you desire in your business. And yes, that can mean letting go of some of your offers. It can mean stopping doing work that actually you're really freaking good at and you really enjoy, because you're ready to replace it with something even better. And this is about really honing in on what you're best at and most passionate about. This is what I call your sweet spot, highest value offer. So this is about really committing to the conversation of going deep versus wide and really refining and developing your high value offer and obsessing over new and better ways to solve this problem for clients versus building a million different offers. So another massive trend that I have seen in clients, over the years is that, and I've obviously experienced that for myself too in my own business, is having amnesia over our expertise and gifts. And often that happens because they come so naturally to us and they're so innate to us that we do take them for granted. And often it's because our creative minds are really craving diving deep into the exciting new methods and skills that we are learning. And as entrepreneurs and creatives, we're always evolving. And we're always focused on that next step and that next vision that we're super excited about. And sometimes it can feel boring to be like, oh yeah, these are the things I'm really good at, but whatever, what about these cool new shiny things that I'm good at now? Like, this is way more fun for me to focus on. Look at what I just learned. I can't wait to go out and share this with people. So the way we find the right blend of our deeply embodied past experience and our newer skills and methodologies, which, by the way, no matter how new a methodology or a process or a focus or a skill set is to you, all of that embodied wisdom and who you are comes with you into the way that you use your updated skills. And it's so important for you to be able to connect to that and clearly articulate that, because this is a huge part of the value that you bring when you work with clients, especially in those high touch containers. So again, it comes down to finding the aligned offer positioning. Then we know which parts of our vast toolkit are actually relevant, and actually talking about our skills and methodologies becomes irrelevant in the sales process when you approach it in the right way and you have a well-positioned offer. And this is one of the biggest mistakes that people make. And I get it. I've been there. When I started bringing astrology into my work really deeply in 2020, I went through another brand identity crisis of like, well, am I just an astrologer now? And should my whole brand be about astrology? Because that's actually what I am most passionate about talking about. And, I went through that identity crisis, but thankfully I had, these clear brand and high ticket frameworks and skills to maintain and to commit to create consistency as I figured that out, as I evolved my brand messaging and my offers and my positioning to start to reflect the new ways that I was now working with clients without completely burning it all down and abandoning all of the skills that were, very valuable to my clients and creating very valuable results for them, which allowed me to continue to maintain consistent income as I allowed myself to creatively evolve in my brand. So these are really important foundational frameworks and skill sets to really train and to embody so that you don't burn it all down or you don't go through unnecessary income dips as you creatively evolve, which is naturally going to happen, right? Especially for people like us who are just like, we're transformational, powerful witches. So we're always going to be evolving. So I'm going to share how to do this with you in a moment. But first, I want to share a quick client story to just illustrate kind of what I'm talking about here with this getting amnesia about our valuable past experience and like really leaving it out of the story and our offer positioning, and how when we bring that back and we learn to integrate that in a clear and relevant way, it can unlock really easy high ticket sales. So one client came to me and she was struggling to make sales. She was showing up. She was really passionate about her work. She had been building an audience. She was getting decent engagement. And she just didn't understand why her offers, like she was making sales, but she wanted to be making better sales. She wanted to raise her prices, but she just was in that space where, well, if the things that are lower priced aren't selling that well, like how am I going to sell something priced significantly higher? So that's why she hired me. And she was doing intuitive creativity coaching. And she was really passionate about that work. She came in and, I asked all the bajillions of questions with my offer to create the high ticket offer, which is my number one starting point for all my clients. And for me to really get to know her, I really got to know her story, really got to know her past experience. And then I pull out the angles that are going to be most relevant for her highest value offer and for the client that she can truly have the deepest impact around. And we created a new offer. And what she had actually done is completely abandoned her very long and well-established history in corporate branding, because that was like her past life. That was the job and the career that she wanted to step away from. And she was super passionate about working with creatives, working more intuitively. And she hadn't found a way to connect all of that past experience to her new mission and vision. And obviously, I can see all of this going on in her chart and see what people most like to pay her for, see what her brand mission and vision is, see what her most compatible client is. And that's what I use to develop my client's offer positioning. So I helped her to see that all of those creative skills that she built in her corporate branding career, I helped her to see how they were now so valuable to her audience and could actually solve a really high value problem for the people that she was most passionate about serving, and using her intuitive gifts and working with clients in ways and having conversations that really lit her up. And she was super passionate about the direction that she was going in without, and leaving all of the stuff that she wanted to leave behind about what she didn't like about her past experience and her corporate branding career. So we combined all of these skills for intuitive creative ritual and all of her embodied creative branding skills into a new offer, helping clients with their brands and with their branding. And we wrote the sales page copy, put it in a Google Doc, and she started signing 4-figure clients right away, just sending people this Google Doc. So yes, a branding offer sold without a fancy web page. And this is how important the positioning and the messaging and the storytelling is to high ticket sales. This is the absolute non-negotiable, is like unlocking those blind spots, really bringing that clear positioning and finding that sweet spot high value offer. And then once you have that offer, like with this client, and she felt really good about it, she felt that clarity, she felt so excited about selling it and implementing it and the clients that she was going to be working with, then we designed a free event that would help her to attract more of those types of clients into her world and into her high ticket offer. And she had 100 people sign up for that free event that really catapulted her client flow into that new high ticket offer when she had really been struggling to sell any spots in her lower priced offer prior to working together. So this is the value of the right positioning and bringing the right parts of your expertise around that key central mission and solving that highest value problem for those most compatible clients. So let's dive in to the part of your chart that's going to unlock this for you. And this is going to be your midheaven or your MC or your 10th house, the sign on the cusp of your 10th house. So the goal of this training is to answer the question, what container are you actually here to lead? And this is the part of your chart that's going to guide the focus of that offer and that conversation. And this, your 10th house shows you what people are really meant to know you for. This is your public persona. This is what people see you for in your professional and career life. So this is the key and the unlock to what you really want to focus on becoming known for. And this is like the tip of the iceberg, right? All of those skills, all of that embodied wisdom, all of those millions of reinventions and rebirths and chapters that we've lived through, that all still gets to live underneath that. You still get to bring all of that to the table in your client conversations, inside your containers. You still get to be all of you, but really making sure that the conversations that you're having around your offer are the thing that you're leading with. when you want every piece of content that you post to be something that catches the attention of the right clients for your offer. So this is about whittling it down, not talking about everything that you can do, but really organizing the focal point around your midheaven sign. Because when your offers are not aligned with this house, that's when you're going to start to see buyer resistance. You're going to start to experience exhausting launches. You're going to experience the urge to constantly reinvent yourself or launch new offers instead of really deepening your expertise and building a recognizable brand and offer. And once you lock this in, every piece of content you create can keep working for you for years and years and years. You know, I create sales page copy, launch copy that I can rinse and repeat for years and years and years that continues to be relevant because it is centered around my focal point midheaven mission. And high ticket offers sell fastest when they align with your mission, not your creativity or your skill sets or your methodology, which obviously is, like I said, always evolving. Obviously, these all contribute to your mission, but without that central anchor and focus, your brand, your mission, and most importantly, your client transformation is going to get lost in the noise, and it causes you to lose out on the sales and the impact that you're truly capable of. So the lesson here and the most important foundational step I walk all of my clients through is to clarify your core brand story to lead with, to understand why packaging everything that you're good at and leading with skills and methodology does not work for high ticket sales, especially for early stage entrepreneurs, i.e. businesses and brands who have not yet established a recognizable global brand or audience, which is why you must never, ever, ever, ever compare yourself to people who are years in advance of where you are in your own business journey. And this used to trip me up all the time. So please receive this message. Do not compare yourself to the messaging, to the branding strategies, to the offer, positioning, and packaging of people who have long established brands, because it's a different strategy. And when you do this work, not only do sales become so much easier, but referrals can start to happen for your work and your offers and your brand with so much more ease and momentum. And that's really the unlock for easy sales from compatible clients, where you're not having to do gun to your head sales calls. It's really just the right people are going to show up when you lead in this way. And sales conversations become super freaking easy of okay, hey, what do you need help with? Yeah, I can help you with that. Here's how I can help you. And it can just be a very matter of fact, from the heart conversation, because you're in front of the right people, thanks to the way that you're positioning. So your task for this training is to go to the midheaven worksheet, to read the central themes of your sign, of your midheaven sign, and circle the top 1 to 3 that you really identify with in your business. And then the question to journal on is, what is the most valuable result that I have created in my own life connected to these themes? So think of the most obvious life-changing transformations that were once on your vision board, that you have invested time, money, and energy into transforming. What are you most grateful for that you know others are out there dreaming and journaling about creating? So think of the kind of things that you would raise a glass of champagne to, or make a social media post about, or even just do a happy dance with your very best friend if it's not something that you would go super public about. So this is the central mission of your offer, of your brand message, and of your ideal client's desires. And this becomes the focus point to frame everything you do in your brand, and the result to frame your work around when you want to be signing more high-ticket clients. So don't be shy. Celebrate your own transformation, your own results, and your own story. This is really the unlock to magnetizing clients who are excited to invest in working with you at higher ticket price points. Not selling your skills, your process, or your method, but the results that you have embodied in your own life as a result of the work that you do. So dig deep here. This should be pretty obvious to you, but I guarantee it's going to bring up resistance and yeah, buts, or I'm not perfect enough in this, or so. Give yourself some grace. Highlight the facts. This is what I always tell my clients to come back to. Is what are the facts? Just state the facts of what you've done, what you've achieved, what you've celebrated. This is your resume. This is your reality are things that your client is dreaming about and working towards. So don't take it for granted. This is step number one to unlocking those easy high ticket sales. So share your midheaven sign, your takeaways, your aha moments, and your questions in the Voxer group chat. Or if you're listening to this after the live event, feel free to send me a DM on Instagram at Sarah Mac Magic. So in part 2, we're going to dive into why your high ticket offer is not selling and why that's not your fault. And we're going to use your astrology chart to decode your unique patterns of visibility wounding, nervous system resistance patterns, and unconscious client mismatches that can seep in to your high ticket offer launch so you can finally understand why this is happening and how to stop doing it. I can't wait to see you there. I can't wait to hear what comes up for you from training 1. So excited for the rest of this training and to share it with you. And I'm sending you so much love, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.